in the settings. I came here to find out about the mask, but there's something I've got to do first. 6 months ago, I sent one girl to the morgue and very nearly killed another. Since then, I thought of coming here to apologize to May Kawana countless times, but I couldn't will myself to see her and be faced with my failure. I think of the fear and hurt in her eyes, and I feel nothing but shame. For my own peace of mind, I need to tell her the truth about that day and about how I lost control. Hopefully she can find it in herself to forgive me enough to help me with my investigation of the mask. Wait, it's fall, so why are the cherry blossoms blooming? It's like nothing's changed since that day. Maybe they're lazy. I forgot to do it. At least they're forgetting. I need to lower it down lower. It's like, what? Why is this game so loud? Why is this game so loud? It's freaking loud. My investigation is through the roof. Professionalism also sucks. It's like, oh, so hard to get everything else. It's so freaking hard. Alright, enter. Oh, no, don't enter. Pretty sure that's leaving. Is it leaving? Actually, you might as well check, because it doesn't really say leaving, just enter. Oh, it's, you. I was reading the papers, and I, saw your picture. And then I saw that picture on the TV news. And maybe the 7chat message board. After I looked you up. I'm sorry, I was curious. I remembered meeting you and couldn't believe it. It's like I met a celebrity or something. Well, of course it's not good or anything, but you know, you never know who you'll meet in this business. Everyone always seems so unassuming. I mean, that's not to say any of it was your fault or anything. Okay, so the message boards are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad stuff on there. Like, wow. Pretty wild stuff. Are you done? Oh, right. Sorry, yes. Hello again. What's going on with the weather here? It's fall, so why are the cherry blossoms out? It's beautiful, isn't it? There's a species of cherry tree, the Prunus Sapertella autumnalis, that sometimes blooms twice a year. At least that's what it says online. Who'd have thought we'd have them here in Kamakura? Well, I say Kamakura, but they only seem to be in this part of town. Lucky, huh? A cherry blossom tree that blooms in fall? I've never seen it. Are you sure you've got your facts straight? It seems impossible. Impossible? Do you doubt my botany expertise? Impossible would be if the seasons started reversing themselves, don't you think? Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Huh? You say something? Why that glum face? Anyway, I hope you take advantage of the weather and go for a picnic or something. The blossoms are so peaceful, don't they put your mind at ease? Is May's grandmother still at that house near here? You want to see her? Well, she is still around, I suppose. I see the comings and goings of all the people around here. I don't see her getting out much, though. Oh yes, that reminds me. When you were last here in April, did she, I don't know, give you something? I'm not accusing you, of course. I heard that there was an important artifact that went missing last spring. Kawana is old and losing her faculties a bit. Maybe she gave it to you by mistake? Do you remember anything like that? Sure. Oh, so you do know about it. That's relief. Wouldn't want to think something so important was stolen by some riffraff, right? So does that mean the police have it? Do you know when they'll return it? You have to ask HQ about that kind of thing, sorry. I did. I contacted them several times. They said they didn't know anything about it. They said they didn't have it. You don't think they're lying, do you, detective? They wouldn't lie about something like that, something so precious to this town, would they? I'm sure whoever you talked to was mistaken. Yes, that must be it. I'll keep trying. Enjoy your time in Kamakura. I'm looking for May, Kawana. Have you seen her? Oh, you're looking for May again, huh? Are you sure that's such a good idea? She was pretty upset about the happenings the last time you were here. I mean, I've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Maybe it's best if you leave her alone. It's important. I talked to her. I suppose she'd be at the shrine that's down this street, like usual. May's very important to this town. Please don't upset her too much. We all want everything to go back to normal. So does everybody else. Oh, leave. No, I don't want to leave. Exit. Let's go. Still red. Go away! No visitors! Alright. Alright. I gave her 3 tries. I gave her 3 tries. And she doesn't want me in, so let's go talk to your daughter then. Daughter, right? It's daughter? It's granddaughter. I already forgot. She seems happy. Cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kawana family shrine. In front of me was Mei Kawana, still dressed in the outfit of a shrine maiden. She saw me approach and stood there frozen and terrified, the same hopeless look on her face as when she had a knife to her throat months before. This time it was me she was terrified of. We were the only 2 people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. A familiar presence was watching from the shadows. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm not doing this. What the fuck? No, I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I don't have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. I can choose. You, the detective from before. Why are you just standing there? Is it over? I'm fine. Sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, I've never been good at apologies. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. Should have come sooner. You're here to apologize? Now? I haven't heard from anyone in 6 months. The police only talked to me once, and then everyone here started avoiding me and acting like it had never happened. I guess that makes me the last person you'd wanted to see now. After that day, I'm sure the police came by and told you that I was only following procedure, but that's bull. Police in this country don't go around shooting people. I didn't feel like myself when I lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds dubious to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. But that's the truth. The truth? It's strange, isn't it? The cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. But that's selfish, huh? What the hell? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I imagine the only other one who understands that is you, detective. Your name's Ito, right? It's so quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wish I could have helped. I felt so helpless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask the red-headed girl was after, and she denied knowing anything. But it was a lie. I found one of her old journals at the shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in that old house and mumbles to herself about darkness and purity. I'm so worried about her. My gut tells me that mask has something to do with it. I'm sorry. Listen to me rambling away. I bet you don't care about any of that. The truth is, I think you're right about the mask having something to do with all this strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. You think so too? Then let me help you. I don't know anything, but maybe Takashi does. Oh, sorry, Takashi's my brother. Ah, he used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. We talk on the phone all the time, but he refuses to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. He won't even tell me how my parents died. Ooh. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at a kendo dojo in Sakusa in Tokyo. He's a big shot in the kendo world. Sounds like that'd be a good place to start. Do you think he'll speak to me? Can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers, though. It's worth a shot. Thanks for helping me, May. Why is this music just acting so strange? Is there? No, no cat. Exit. Still no strangers? Go away. I forgot I can run. I was like, man, I wish I could run. Forgot I can run. Alright, anything else you want to talk to me about? Nope. Alright, let's all go. So... Sakusa, the home of Sensoji, one of the most famous temples in Tokyo. It's also a bustling entertainment district. It remains a pocket of traditional culture surrounded by the city's high rises. Was it there? I already forgot where it was. Is that where only place I can go? Well, let me choose any wrongs. Okay, let's go. Why are you vibrating? My investigation up to that point had led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his kendo dojo is well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to HQ. A few misfired questions could result in officers knocking on my door, or worse, Kimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. So let's walk slowly. Inside is a traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Look over there. Buy octopus balls? Hello there. Would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at a food stand at a festival. They'll make you question everything you knew about octopus in ball form. You can say no to that sales pitch. Sure, I'll take some. Are you serious? Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki in all the islands. I don't know if I'm doing good every time that happens. I'm stable, professional, meticulous, and I'm relaxed. Relax. Just relax. How long am I playing for? I'm playing for 3 hours. It feels like I'm playing longer. Cold. Tourists, most likely I can hear them speaking English. My English isn't great, so I doubt they'll be of much help. But I wonder what they're talking about. Hello there. Is there something we can help you with? Huh? I don't speak wait, Japanese. Japanese is perfect. Since I'm a college professor, I'd probably be out of a job if it wasn't. I'm no college professor, but I work for a Japanese software company, so I'd be in a bit of trouble too. Don't look at me. I just live here. Well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Whoa, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry. I just, I never would have thought. Would you prefer to speak in English instead? No, I mean no, please. Japanese is fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? Hmm? No, we come to Sakusa every year, and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold, though. You guys come here every year. You must know the area pretty well by now. I'm looking for a kendo dojo where Takashi Kawana works. It should be in this area. Kawana? Why does that name seem so familiar? Oh right, he's the kendo instructor at the dojo right behind us. People say he's some kind of prodigy. I wouldn't be surprised if he became a master in time. Supposedly he's very particular about who he trains. I guess he doesn't want to waste his time with people who aren't serious. Makes sense when you think about it. With how good he is, he must get a ton of wannabe kendo masters coming to him. Seems like he trains a lot of people, police too. In the time we've been standing here, we've seen a few going in and out. All that, and I think he's still in his 20s. For someone so young, he must be under a lot of pressure. No kidding. I've heard talk of an interdepartmental kendo tournament. It's become a matter of pride for the different regional departments. I wish my work had martial arts competitions between departments. Nothing would work out that spoken tension between me and my boss, quite like a good smack to the jawline. Police fighting each other, huh? That must be pretty brutal. I mean, I guess police in Japan don't really have to use force all that much, though. Yeah, anyway, how do you know so much about the dojo? I mean, I live in Shinagawa and I don't know anything specific about it. You see, it says it's all right here on the dojo's flyer. He was out here about 10 minutes before you came, handing them out. Kind of seemed a little prickly, though, so we didn't talk to him. I admit it would have been much cooler if we'd known all of that off the top of our heads, but we're glad we were able to help you, regardless. It makes me feel a little silly now, trying to learn more about him from a flyer. Considering he trains so many police, I'm surprised I never heard of him until now. Are you associated with the police somehow? Huh? Who? Me? No, of course not. I'm an investigator, see, like a, private detective? Listen, if anyone comes by asking about a female detective, just, sorry, I don't speak Japanese, right? Exactly. I appreciate it. Anyway, I should get going. Sorry to bother you. Thanks for the information, guys. Our pleasure. Good luck at the dojo. Let us know if you learn any kendo tricks. The men in the department always puffed out their chest when they talked about the kendo competitions like it was going to impress me or something. Never paid much attention to it. Still, it's strange that someone related, however faintly, to the mask is yet another tie to my old life. Takashi Kawana sounds like an interesting guy, but very serious and no keen on strangers. At least I didn't have to use any English. That would have been a disaster. Oh, my English no good. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It has a very traditional aesthetic. You only want? Okay. Okay. That wasn't that hard. Who are you? Truth or lie? Truth or lie? Truth or lie? Truth or lie? I mean, kind of lies. Like Detective Ito, or Pro. Detective, huh? I recognize you from the papers. This is about May, right? I have a few questions about your family. May said you could help me. She did she? How'd you get that out of her, I wonder? I'm sorry, Detective. I don't know anything about my family that would be of use to you. I haven't even asked you anything yet. Good. Let's keep it that way. At any rate, I'm busy. You can see yourself out. Dang. Did you say that? Dang. Did that? Yeah, I'll get it over. Alright. Well, that didn't go well. Maybe May will know how to soften her brother up. Oh, god dang it. A lot of back and forth in this one. Okay. No. Sick. What's up with this? Maybe that's. Oh, wait, no. Cats. Oh, there it is. Cats. I didn't even see that one. Kids. No more kids. Okay. Leave. Yeah, I can't go anywhere else. Does the guy have anything to say? Oh, dang it. You got nothing to say. Alright, let's go to me then. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yep, you found my big brother, alright. He's been protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Ado. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything else. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, May. No more stupid little May. I'd rather be hurt and aware than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't not know where I am, I can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, May. Alright, let's go. What was that? A dead crow lies in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay. It's covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating its remains. What the heck can I look at that now? No. I said no visitors! Leave me alone! Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. May? Oh, May, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in. Psst. Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something and you were going to free me from the past. Free you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it, like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, Detective? A dark place where those we've lost reside. I'm so old and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Miko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Miko, you mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, May. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. May, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know, your mother. And you, Detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough. You don't know anything about me. And besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going. Stay right there. Though I've told you the story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be useful for this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods known to us as the Kami. According to legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realm of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kakushushi, the Kami of Fire, she was horribly burned and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying, faced with her mortality, new Kami were born from her suffering, Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable. In his rage, he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Without unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of Yomi no Kuni for permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see her, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world, yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things. The story might be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The thing you pursue, they are unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Emiko, then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. May, come here, my sweet child. I must keep you away from her. No, Grandma, I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, May. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. You tell us stories about Kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything, about Mom and Dad too. No, stop! I'll tell you how your parents... You can't, can you? You've never told me how they died. The reasons always changed every time I asked. No, May, please, you must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there and they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see? They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon. Don't go, please. Goodbye, Grandma. Dang. It'd be rude, but okay. I'm sorry she's gotten much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? About Izanagi? I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. Whoa, where do you think you're going? May and I are leaving. What of it? Oh, well, you can't. I got a call from May's grandmother, and she says she's having health issues, so she has to stay. Oh, my God. I didn't ask what they were. Wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift again. But it must be pretty bad, as she called. May's an adult. Grandmother can't keep her here. Let's go. No, you don't understand. You're not going anywhere. Whoa, okay. Okay, his side changed too. Use violence. Wow, okay, let's try to figure this out. Alright, what can I do? So I don't want to use violence again. That was not my intention the last time. Knock. Go away, no visitor. I might have to use violence. Here's the bird. Look. A dead crow. Pick up. Good thing I'm wearing gloves. This had better work. Alright, let's go. Investigation. Oh, just a spirit. Just make sure nothing else. There's another thing. Oh, I can't even go back. Can't go back to the shrine. Let's. I completely forgot about the fire extinguisher. I mean, the fire. Whatever. Fire trigger thingy. Shorted bird. Oh my god. I told you about how I don't like. Oh yeah, I forgot. He doesn't like blood. About the blood and blood's not really my thing. You see, the germs and who? Okay, I'm dizzy. I'm a little dizzy. Just going to. It's like, which one's worse, using violence or showing him blood? Oh dear, did he just faint? Sure looks like it. He'll be fine. Let's get a move on. It's like, which is worse, using violence or making him faint because of the blood? Gosh. Inside is a traditional tea shop, but doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. That's the reason for that. I'm doing. Meticulous, relaxed, professional, and stable. I'm fine. Alright, round 2. May, what are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to go talk to you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got you killed. You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely, if you needed to talk to me, you could come yourself. No, if I came alone, you just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See? What are you talking about? Where did you get that? Put it away. So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me. That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Ito. May, I understand that you're upset with me, but we should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mask has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when May was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was looking for. Mask your family's connected to. Looking for it. I suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth of our family's past from you. The past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much more. I first saw that mask when I was a child, before you were born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult called the Kamen Kai, of which our parents are members. Oh, a cult? You're kidding. How'd your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. It was a group led by a guru named Tokimasa who promised a simple life away from the bureaucracy and falseness of city life. Our parents both had a master's degree and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and careers to follow this mystic and live at a compound? The Kamen Kai was one of many such groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand, but when I think about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and my through, it's unforgivable. The mask was at the compound, but why they had it or what they believed it could do, I don't know. Do you think there are any members of the Common Kai left who know? No, you see, there are no surviving members. They died, all of them, including our parents. I'm sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room where we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with me in her arms and me trailing behind. Once we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad, as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak about it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods were all a bad dream. If it wasn't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring what happened couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they ever even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about the Common Kai than I did studying. I thought that if I could understand why my parents willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died while part of some cult? I don't believe it. It's true, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we could live normal lives with the stigma of the Common Kai attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing Kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night babbling about how she was looking for Mom. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers, holding nothing but the mask, the same one from the cult compound all those years before, and the one you hold now. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long, and all the unpleasant memories from my past came flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air. Or maybe someone gave it to her. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura about it. Wait, Grandma was looking for Mom in the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at school at that time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of our past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it that you're looking for? Surely our family's history isn't of use to you. I assume you've heard about what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, May, you've helped plenty, but I have to do this on my own. It was right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't get involved in something so dangerous. I already thought I lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. Alright, thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. Hope you remember that I'm your sister. I mean, I remember the same things you do, but we're still family. See you guys later. Thank you for your help, May. You're right, May. I'll come visit you soon. It looks like she's gone. May's not here, so there's no need to be coy. No doubt possessing that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have imagined on my own. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to me again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that mask is simply wood and paint, though I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did, except for one man. On this street there's an old tea shop, perhaps you saw it on the way in. Yep. An old historian named Yasuhisa is there occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he might be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally about other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully he can shed some light on what it really is. I hope so. A police detective, be careful. My investigation's through the roof. God dang. Alright, let's go to the tea shop. Tea shop, tea shop, tea shop. Roof. Welcome, come in. Do sit down. No need to be so formal and stand there like a statue. How can I help you? Are you Yasuhisa? Takashi told me to come speak with you. Oh, and how is Mr. Kawana? Still prickly as ever, I suppose? I've always found him to be wise beyond his years, though perhaps not by choice. I digress. My apologies. The quirks that come with old age, you know. What does Mr. Kawana think I can help you with? I'm looking into a few things related to the Kamenkai, the group his family got mixed up in. Ah, more difficult question than you might expect. You see, there are two groups that share that name. The first, as you know, is the religious group formed by the guru, Tokimasa. The second is an ancient order over 1,000 years old. What's that you're holding? I was told it's related to the Kamenkai, the newer one, and that you could tell me about it. Ah, that explains many things, child. The far-off look in your eyes, for one. I imagine you have many questions. Masks are interesting, are they not? They are meant to be a disguise, yet a mask cannot lie or contort itself to hide the truth. In that sense, it is the mask that is more truthful than the human faces we hide underneath them. I wonder how you came to be in possession of an object with such a dark history. I think it might be related to a missing person, but I don't know anything about it beyond that. Ah, but that itself is the essence of history, layer upon layers of personal connections that are continuously peeled back to their roots. Relics like the one you hold often take unusual routes to where they end up. Relic? If it's from the Kamenkai cults from the 90s, then I'd hardly call it a relic. Misguided and deceptive though he was, Tokimasa was no fool. In order to gain new followers and to give his cult historical legitimacy, he collected obscure objects and gave them new meanings that he could control in order to manipulate his followers. The mask was what he chose, along with the name of the group that created it. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Only, I guess I was hoping you could tell me some other things about it. For instance, like, why... Now that I'm about to say it out loud, it sounds silly. I'm sorry I bothered you. Don't be silly. You wonder, for example, why holding the mask seems to take you to another place. Or perhaps why you can see visions that don't seem real. Why you feel a strong will exerting itself on you. Oh yes, I know all about those things too. How could you know about that? When Tokimasa was in possession of it, he believed it showed him a path to the realm of the gods. He wrote extensively on the subject. Though, unlike most, I don't discount such phenomena as the ravings of a madman, when the phenomena repeats itself. Do you two look into the inky blackness and see familiar shapes in the shadows? Not shadows, I see and hear people who are supposed to be dead. I find things I couldn't possibly have found otherwise. Most interesting. Tell me, detective. Oh, apologies. Do you mind if I call you that? I don't remember telling you I was a detective. Ha! My mistake. You must forgive me. Slip of the tongue. I believe it was the way you carried yourself. Determined investigators such as yourself have such a sense of purpose in their mannerisms, you see. And you do seem rather determined to get to the bottom of whatever it is you're chasing. Tell me, does me telling you that your experiences are not an illusion provide you with any level of comfort? I'm not sure, but I do feel something, maybe hope, as like I'm finally got a foothold of solid ground. Ah, yes, knowledge is a light in dark places, is it not? To think a relic of such importance would end up with a detective. Do you mind if I ask you something? Which do you believe? Are our lives controlled by fate? pre-measured threads that determine our deeds, our wishes, and our ends from the minute we come into existence? Or conversely, is our thread subject to the chaos inherent in the universe instead? Does it change according to our deeds, that which happens to us seemingly by accident? So karma. Do you believe it is fate or chance that decides which threads of life are cut short and which are followed? Chance. Yes, of course. Maybe you feel your life has been somewhat out of your control as of late. Control, huh? To be honest, I don't feel like I've had much of that at all since the mask came to me. You said that the mask was made by the old Kamikai? Why? Confusing me can't be the purpose it was made for. Ah, yes, a more complicated answer than you might have wished for. Indeed. It should come as no surprise that the creation of such a mysterious subject is equally enigmatic. Perhaps you could do me a favor. Don't worry, it is in relation to this very topic. An important book has gone missing from my shop. If you could retrieve it for me, I feel you could shed a great deal of light on the subject. What kind of book? A book of the missing variety. I'm sorry, I just. It concerns the mask bearer. Mask bearer? Huh, that's me, right? Although you carry it, that does not make you its bearer. All will become clear when the book is returned to me. Sounds easy enough. Where can I start looking? Oh, you needn't go far. The man who has it is right outside this building. In fact, as I said, it's not much of an errand, but I, of course, cannot leave my shop. He's right outside. This won't take long. I'll be right back. He's right outside. He's right outside. What the hell? What the hell are you doing inside? It's not the food guy, is it? Is it him? He's the only one outside. Just make sure. Hey, you got a book. The old tea shop next door, isn't that place closed down? Closed? That can't be right. What else do you know about it? Pure conjecture on this one, but I think it might be owned by the kendo instructor from the dojo down the street on account of him being the only one I ever see in there. You might not believe me, but I swear I saw him in there chatting away to himself. He might be a little nuts. Then again, it might be some super awesome kendo meditation technique. Oh man, why didn't I think of that before? Next time I ought to ask him for some pointers instead of spying on him. Word through the grapevine is that he's a regional champion or something and has trained some of the best. Lots of cops train with him too, so he must be good. Maybe he's not so crazy after all. Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. I know you said it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there? Maybe recently? I was led to believe you would. Oh geez. Go on. Like I said, the place has been empty for years, but you know, I spent a lot of time outside it, and half the time the door is wide open. So, one day a few months back, I decided to take a look around. Nothing suspicious or nothing. I was just curious is all. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and old, and there was all sorts of weird stuff lying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me. It was for my kid brother. That guy can get deep in the dumps sometimes, so I try to be on standby for when that happens. You know? So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. And back then, he was going through some particularly tough times. His bitch wife, pardon my language, miss, had left him and taken their kid daughter with her. He still doesn't talk about it, like he's in denial or something. Whoops, got off track again. I was heading to visit him with the ill-gotten book when I get this phone call saying he was in the hospital. He OD'd on expensive sake and sleeping pills. Oof. Thank God that idiot decided to do it at the bar he owns, with the door unlocked. A customer came in and called the ambulance. If it weren't for that, I'm not sure if he'd still be here. That's quite a story. Sounds to me like he wanted to be found. Yeah, I think so too. I think he was trying to ask for help in his own way. In any case, I took the book to him while he was in the hospital. Wanted to show him that even when he was at his lowest, there was someone out there trying to do something nice for him. You know? I think it helped for a minute, anyhow. As soon as the doctors let him leave, he went right back to that toxic little bar. I hope he's okay. He's got issues, but he's my little brother, and I worry about him. He hasn't been answering my phone calls lately. Originally, my brother's bitch ex-wife, sorry again, had the brilliant idea to put his skill to work in a cheap part of town. Despite that, he's holding on to it with everything he's got. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some papers and move on, but he can't. Something about it has its claws deep into him. I've been trying to get him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef and we could make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar, but serving passerby and getting some sunshine is good for the soul. Plus food stands are doing really well abroad, I hear. Much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. Shinjuku? Yeah, in a slimy little side street. Anyway, if that book is important to you, he's probably still got it at his place. You want the address? Nah, I know where to go. Wait, I know you looked familiar. Your brother's Deizo, right? You know him? Small world. It's probably the smile on my face that threw you off. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him takoyaki stands are still the future of cuisine and to get his butt over here. I'll do that. Thanks for all your help. Well then, I don't suspect that. Alright. This has turned longer than it should have. Alright, let's go talk to my buddy. Oh, this got sad real quick though. Oh, I hate being here now. What's up, dude? Hey, Yami, how can I help you today? Hey, Deizo, how are things? Oh, you know, same old, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while I was in Asakusa today. Haruto? You met Haruto? What are the chances? Who knows? It was pretty random. Huh. Who'd have thought? So he's still selling takoyaki at a stand? Did he say anything? He is. He said to remind you that takoyaki stands are the future of cuisine, and that you should go and help him. Yeah, you talked to Haruto, alright. Always the optimist, that guy. I actually have a favor to ask you. Do you still have the book your brother gave you a few months ago? The only thing that guy gives me is headaches. Not sure if I can help you, Hayami. He said he gave it to you when you were in the hospital. Oh, what makes you think I was in the hospital? I don't even go to the hospital for checkups. Besides, that doll's bringing me stuff all the time, always trying to drag me kicking and screaming over to where the grass is greener. This would have been more recently. After a rough patch. Maybe it was stupid to come and ask. Oh, no, it's fine. That idiot, always running his mouth. Freaking traitor. Those are just some, hard times, nothing serious. Just drank too much is all. I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about it. Alright, understood. In order to dig up bad memories, Deizo. Thanks. You said you were looking for a book, right? Truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember Haruto giving me an old magazine, though, back in the hospital. It was one of the ones I used to read when I was younger, when things weren't quite so complicated. Wait here a second. I might have it in the storeroom still. Dang it, sorry, Ami. Hold on a sec. Amazing how much junk someone accumulates over the years. Maybe we should throw some of this old stuff out, huh? Here it is. Oh. It's yours, detective. Huh? Hey, no wonder I recognized that photo you brought by. It's the same girl, and I don't named her Ruby. Reina? No, Ruby. See? It says so right there on the cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. Guess that means you're still looking for her. I wonder why we keep running into each other. Weird luck, I guess. I don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have a pretty sharp nose. Ha, if you say so, Deizo. Do you mind if I take this? Like I said, it's yours. About time I started getting rid of some of my old junk. Thank you. See you around, Ayami. Take care, Deizo. That's it. I should really go to work with your brother. No lie. Man, I feel bad. Alright, anything else before I move on? This is still a thing. Oh, this is still a thing. Anybody still here? Nope, he is not. I don't think I'm gonna go down there again. Alright. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh man, I'm going a lot of places right now. Welcome back, Detective. Is that my book I see in your hands? Guess I'm a little surprised. Are you trying to tell me Reina is the mask bearer you talked about? It's hard to believe. Does it surprise you? After all, it is she whom you see in the dark, is it not? The dark? That's what the collector called it too. How did Reina get mixed up in all this? I only know that somehow the girl's path and the mask lighted as if by chance. What circumstances led to this intersection are a mystery, I'm afraid. People always see history as something in the distant past, involving old men in black and white pictures, but that book and the girl are as much a part of history as the rest. The threads that connect the past to the present and people to each other are not always apparent. But peel back the layers of connection and the randomness of our universe neatly orders itself. A teen idol, an ancient order, the tool they created, and the detective who owns it now, all forming a neat and tidy line. Reina was some sort of idol living in Tokyo, not part of a sleeper cell in some cult? Isn't that up? On that, Detective, we can agree, so why don't we start at the beginning? With how the mask created to be a mere object. The story starts in ancient times in the year 1333. Interesting time. At that time, Kamakura was the capital of Japan. Led by the Hojo clan, it was a time of peace, prosperity, and enlightenment. Peace among men is cyclical, and like so many before them, so many after, the time of peace came to an end. The Nida clan, loyal to Emperor Go-Daigo, led a siege against the Hojo-controlled Kamakura, taking the city as the tide receded and left a key passage open to the invaders. The Hojo clan fled to the caves to their family temple. For them, there was no hope of victory or escape. They chose to retain their honor. Instead of surrendering, the 870 Hojo samurai, including the last 3 regents, committed mass suicide. However, the Hojo and Nita clans, embroiled in their quest for the Empire, could not see the roles they played in the plans of another group, the religious sect known as the Kamen-Kai. It is said that in the flames of Kamakura, a girl was seen wandering the streets, observing the carnage of the burning city. A girl lost to the histories who went by the name of Chikako Shichicho, the last survivor of the Kamen-Kai. Okay, so whatever the Kamen-Kai were trying to do, they failed. I mean, they all died, right? No, they did not fail. Everything went exactly as planned. Shikako Shichicho did not survive by chance. She was chosen. Chosen for what? To receive the blessing of all the spiritual energy that so much death afforded, to become the first mask bearer. Mask bearer? The Kamen-Kai used the deaths of all those people to create this? Why? Legend has it that the Kamen-Kai sought to contain the door, or earth leading to the spiritual realm, where our consciousness ceases to be. Time holds no meaning, a place where cause and effect could be changed. Why? Why spend so much human life and give up so much to do that? To stop it from being abused. Imagine being able to see the world as a god, so that the flow of time and the rules which govern our world are of no consequence. It's the power of the door. To a mortal mind obsessed with the finality of death and meaningless accomplishment, such power would be corrupt absolutely a power over death. So a dark place was created to obscure the door and hide it from mortal eyes, along with a tool to control and see within the darkness. It's true, isn't it? All of it. It sounds like a fairy tale, but it's true. Finding the door could be the key to bringing Tanaka back. Some doors, no matter how strongly they call to us, are not meant to be opened, and the common Kai willingly gave their lives to keep it that way. The mask opens the minds of all who come into contact with it, but it is intended for its bearer. Using it to find the door may destroy you. Maybe you're right, but I could at least use it to find my way in the dark, just like the collector said. The only thing I don't get is how Reina is connected to it. That is a mystery, as Mr. Kawana told you. The last known location of the mask was the Common Kai, gold only a few decades ago. Much was suppressed about the Common Kai under Tokimasa. They existed, and then on March 4th, 1996, they met their end. There are many theories that the police killed them during their raid of the compound, or that someone within the cult snapped and murdered the others. Nothing but conjecture, I'm afraid. The real answer lies somewhere deep within police records, and though I remain curious, it is not something I have access to. Perhaps the best place to start is there. Finding out about the last days of the Common Kai will help light your path to the truth. Though I wonder if such an object, bred from suffering, can truly put an end to it. Is it you who can finally break this terrible cycle? I've spent a long time here. I'm tired. So tired. Farewell, detective. Farewell. Alright, so I gotta go to the police station again. That's what it seems like. Sitting there comfortably, the historian Yasuhisa casually laid out everything I'm experiencing like he was reading it out of a book. A mass suicide, ancient groups, and a door to the spiritual realm. It sounds like a myth, an interesting story told to travelers in a bygone era. It's hard to believe it relates to Kazuki and Reina. I can't understand it. The bridge between the Kamakura samurai and a young girl. You said Reina fit into the story. She's a mask bearer? But how? Yasuhisa, the collector, I thought when I met them I'd entered their world and could start to understand, however faintly, what was going on. My intuition as a detective tells me they're hiding something from me still. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I need to keep going. What day is it anyway? How long have I been chasing these leads? Day turns to night, the hours bleed into each other, even the seasons don't seem to follow the natural order anymore. Everything's blurring together. My head. Maybe I should take my medication. Possible though. Seems following the old man's hunch is my best bet to finally understand the mask. Even Takashi didn't know what happened to the Common Kai. Finding the police report is the way forward. A few weeks ago, it would have been easy for me to ask around and pull a file. It'll be a bit more difficult now, I imagine. What's the worst that could happen? Should I test HQ and see what I can find? That's so. Well, I'm not stressed. I don't think trying again is going to produce a different result. Alright. Is it going to force me to go there? And it forces me. Alright, let's go. We good? Oh shit. Gotta be kidding me. Funny, me and some of the other guys were just talking about you after practice the other day. Specifically, we were taking bets as to how long it would be before you showed your face again. Shame, you coming in here now cost me 10,000 yen. Not that it matters, ever since you left, things are looking up for me. I won the last Department Kendo tournament, and I've been enjoying my promotion. Oh yeah, thanks for the new office, by the way. Anyway, non-active duty caps, or you in other words, ain't allowed in HQ right now. So what do you want? No. I guess that's to be expected for someone who's had a breakdown or two, huh? Uh, oh, I'm sorry. Did you think that was private? Your little episodes? Hate to break it to you, but I saw your file. Still don't understand how Tanaka wound up with a crazy little thing like you. You know, he used to tell us about it, your little romantic escapades. All the juicy details. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, did you think that was private too? The thing is, Ito, you were just another part of the talk in the locker room. Or did you think it was more than that? Get out of here. There's nothing for you. Ah. Oh, go back. Good to see you back. How can I help you, detective? I spoke to Yasuhisa, the historian. You were right. He knew about the common Kai and the mask. Takashi, what is he? I don't understand your question. He's one of them. Them. Ito, are you alright? He's just an old man. What else would he be? No, Takashi, you must have noticed there's something off about him. Like the collector, but no, not exactly like him. I'm not sure what Yasuhisa told you to scare you like this, but I've known him for years. He's a bit eccentric and too philosophical for his own good, but he's harmless. Allow me to offer some advice. What you're feeling right now, it's not him. It's you. The more time I spent researching the common Kai in the past, the more I began to feel the world had gone mad. But it hadn't. It continued to turn on its axis, as it always does, as Mia became unhinged. You could always walk away, Detective Ito. Some mysteries aren't worth solving. I was told your dojo trains a lot of police. That's right, I train many of them personally. Do you know Akira Taira, a detective from Tokyo HQ? Ah, yes, Detective Taira. I know him quite well. A man with a great deal of innate talent in martial arts. Though that talent is offset somewhat by his, how to put it, brash personality. Brash is a very diplomatic way of putting it. Sorry to put you on the spot, but Tara's just about the only unstable link I've got left in the police force and the one person who's trying to stop me the most. Seeing as you train with him all the time, I was hoping you might know something that would change his mind, if you know what I mean. Are you asking me to help you blackmail Tara? Beyond the obvious reasons why I wouldn't help you do that, I was having to think it wouldn't work. You might be surprised to hear this, but Detective Tara actually lives a pretty straightforward life. His successes are nothing that would draw any scrutiny, at least not among his fellow officers. I hear he's engaged to be married soon as well. Someone actually agreed to marry that slime? That poor girl. Yes, a very nice girl. Apparently they're quite happy together. Oh yeah? We'll see how long that lasts. May I ask what exactly Tara did to you to make you feel so strongly about him? It did to me. You should be asking him that. Ever since I started, he's looked down on me and never missed a chance to remind me how he felt. I ignored him because I figured if I worked hard enough and earned my promotion, it would shut him up once and for all. You eventually got this promotion, I take it? Well, did he shut up, like you thought? No, he got worse. It started with him spreading rumors about me sleeping around in HQ, and then there were various complaints to my supervisor. He couldn't stand that I'd won. It's all falling apart now, though, huh? Got my old job, and every time I see him, he has that smug grin on his stupid face like he's mocking me. So you hate the fact that, at least in his mind, he was right? Something like that. Tara's not the first person to think a woman didn't deserve the promotion I got, but it stung a little extra when he ended up at my desk. Yes, I thought as much. Not saying you think that brown-nosing sexist lazy good-for-nothing asshole actually deserves my side, are you? No, I can't judge the inner workings of the police force, but from what I've heard, it certainly wouldn't be the first time an officer didn't earn their promotion honestly. Often I watch my students spar and I notice an interesting trend. It's usually the outcomes of matches have nothing to do with their skill. Is there a moral at the end of this story? Patience, Ito. You see, two students will face each other, but before they even draw their swords, they've decided the outcome. Students rank each other and themselves based on practice, their social status, their schools, or any number of things before they even enter my dojo. A student perceiving himself as the stronger will always be more relaxed, more ready to attack, while the student who's resigned himself to defeat desperately defends. It's not skill or merit that wins the battle, it's expectations. Do you see where I'm going with this? I do, but I'm not sure if I like it. You're saying that unless I can break Tara's perception of me, I'll keep losing, right? Exactly. For a man like Tara who expects certain things of women, you've defied him at every turn, but if I suck up to him and play the part, it might throw him off guard enough for me to win this fight? Sounds about right. Where's list of fear? This should help. Sake? It's a gift. Wow, that's so flattering. I barely even know you. I suppose in order to degrade myself in front of a scum like Tara, I could use a drink. It's not for you. It's for Tara. Oh, and here I was thinking you were being nice. This is a very expensive brand. As a matter of fact, it's Tara's favorite. A gift for his promotion. A promotion he stole. A promotion to my position. Think of it as a way to throw him off balance. You can't strike at his part until he drops his guard, after all. You know how to play the role he expects of you. I suspect you know the type of woman he likes. Much as it pains me to admit, that might work. Thanks for the sake. Nah, I'll be smart, even though I don't want to. Still nothing. Let's go. Alright, round two. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm sorry. Oh, snap. That's it, Ito. I've heard enough of your... Wait, what? You heard it right, Tara. I'm sorry. You're a good detective, and I never did congratulate you on your promotion. Here, this is for you. Huh? I get it. So you think bribing me is gonna work, huh? Kenomichi? Is that a bottle of Kenomichi? No way! It sells out in the weeks! Even my family were managed to get a bottle, and they knew the people to ask, how'd you get it? That's not important. Consider it an apology for how I've treated you in the past. I present this to you as a way to formally hand over my old position. It's clearly in better hands now. But... Whoa. Ito? Get up, will ya? Ito, it's fine. Just get up already. Okay, accept your apology. Hell, didn't know you felt that way. I mean, in light of recent events and all, it's long overdue. Guess with all the stress you've gone through, the delay is understandable. Glad you finally learned to manage your emotions appropriately. Thank you for your kind words, Detective Tara. Once I return to the department, I know I'll have much to learn from you. Hey, it's a little early for that kind of talk, don't you think? We don't even know if they'll let you back on the force after the hearing. Yes, I suppose you're right. Detective, I shouldn't have spoken so brashly. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Ito, stop that, please. I always thought you'd be a better cop if you listened to your fellow detectives a bit more. Suppose there's a lot you have to learn from me, eh? I know you're right, Detective Tara. So brash before, that's probably how I ended up here. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for dropping this by, Ito. To tell you the truth, it's been a tough time for all of us. It's better to stick together. We're all on the same team after all, right? Maybe once you're back, me and you can partner up. One can only hope he'll be so lucky. Right, right. Look, I gotta get back to my office. You, need anything else? Well, I was thinking, but I couldn't possibly bother you. You're so busy. It's fine. I can handle it. Go on. Well, I know I shouldn't be, but I've been doing a little research in an official capacity. I was wondering if you could pull a file for me. I can't give you access to the system. You're suspended, and besides, it'd be against the regulations, and I guess if you stay on that side of the counter, I could get Ishibashi to help you. Don't think this means we're best friends or anything. It's just repayment for the Ken no Michi. Thank you. But Detective Terra, I wouldn't want to impose on your busy schedule. Oh my gosh. Again, stand up. Saki, going back to my office. Look up the file. Ito one slug the search query to my name. Got it? Yes, sir. Of course. I'll be in my new office all afternoon, so direct any calls there. Clear? Yes, sir. I think he's gone. Damn, Miami. I mean, I've twisted some guys around my finger before, but that was something else. Don't think it'll take long to get your office back if you can keep working that magic. Miami, listen to me very closely. It's very, very important. You teach me how to do that for professional purposes. I think you're alright on your own, Saki. Ooh, fine. Be that way. Anyway, we've got terrorist sign off. What did you want me to look up for you? On March 4th, 1986, there was a raid on a compound belonging to a cult called the Common Kai. I'd like the official report, plus anything else you can find on it. Wow, that's some heavy reading material. I'll get right on it, boss. Doesn't seem like there's much to go on here. Looks like there's only one file. Righto, I'll put it in a USB for you so you can take it with you. Just don't tell anyone. Here you go. Thanks, Saki. I owe you one. You owe me more than one, Miami. See you around. Submission. I don't like that picture. Alright, let me go home and use the computer. How's the cat? Something doesn't smell right. Debriefing report, incident report, code number 51115, reporting officer, bank, agency bureau, bank, address, date of incident, 4th March 1996, data report, March 9th, 1996, time of visit, approximately 5:50 in the morning. Summary, tasked with raiding compound belonging to cult known as Common Kai, located in Michigan's redacted, arrived to discover 12 bodies, DOA, near compound, including cult leader Shinji Umezawa, aka Tokimasa. What? Other bodies included 6 females and 3 other males of varying ages, along with 2 children caused of death. 2 other children and 1 adult considered missing may be dead, other survivors. Personal effects collected at scene of crime, including masks and several other ritual objects. Raid considered a success. Cult known as Common Kai's activities have ceased. Surviving members have been rescued. Tokimasa. There's a raid on a compound and all that's left is this lone debriefing? Doesn't add up. Not to mention so much of what is here is redacted. Officers arriving at the scene found 12 people dead on arrival, including Tokimasa and Mai's parents. Where are the details about how they died? Not to mention the report itself was filed almost a week after the raid, so aren't there any autopsy reports? It says here 2 children and 1 adult are believed missing. Actually, Maid Takashi and their grandmother. Guess that means Takashi was telling the truth after all. So many people have been hiding information from me. It's almost a relief. Still, for such a short report, it raises a whole lot of questions. The list of the dead, their causes of death, if there were other survivors, what else they found? It's all lost. Even the location of the compound has been classified. All I know is that the mask was found in the middle of a pile of dead bodies. What the hell happened there? How was it covered up? The report isn't clear, but it's obvious something terrible happened at the Kai compound. No doubt the mask had a part to play in those 12 people's deaths. In one way or another, it found its way to Rain afterwards. She said she was searching for the door, which means her connection to it is now a mere coincidence, either. The collector said the path in the dark would never reveal itself unless I understood her past. The report is a dead end for now, but he gave me another lead, a talent agency called Omega in Kabukicho. It's not a whole lot to go on, but maybe I'll find the connection I need to connect the dots. For now, all I can do is go to Kabukicho and ask around. I don't think I should take my pill. I think I'm good. Like, I'm relaxed, I'm a pro, I'm stable, I'm very meticulous, like very, so I'm good. Alright.